Hey gang, Penguin here. And where is here exactly? Here. Yeah, I know, that's not at all helpful. Let's see, do I have any blocks in my inventory? Do I have enough blocks in my inventory? Look, mutton! I'm in the snapshot. I'll talk about that in a minute. Ooh, sand. Dum, dum, dum. Okay. I've got my keyboard up on top of my desk, so you're hearing keyboard noises. Let's say this block here represents the sort of central sector of our world. Right there in the middle would be the spawn farm. Now we've done over here, which is mostly prairie, but nothing terribly useful, and then down here is the swamp, and then right here in the middle is the mob grinder. There's our map. There's our map. So this map represents this sector up here. The reason I'm out here, there are a couple of reasons. For one thing, I've said before, what I'm doing out here, by the way, is I'm just exploring this map. You can see what I've got done. And just going to keep going. Is that a witch? Nope, that's a horse. There are horses. We have horses! What's going on here? And here's a little tip for when you're mapping out an area. Because you have to hold your map out like this, you just hit F1 and to hide the HUD. But what we're doing is, as I said, we're in the snapshot here. And I've said in the past I don't like snapshots because features change. For example, ooh, a village. I don't think I've been there yet. Features change from the snapshot to the update. And so things like name tags were once... Whoop, oh, interesting. If you hit F1 when you're in the inventory screen, you don't get the HUD back. Anyway, so I've just been sleeping through night. You can just plop one down here before the mobs spawn, and then you'll sleep through. Now it's daylight, mobs won't spawn. And then I take the bed with me. I found another village up towards the northeast, which we're going to show you. Work my way back up there. And I've put a bed down there and spawned there. So if I die, it'll try and find this bed I just slept in. It won't be able to find it, and then it will send me to either my last bed, which is in the new village, or back to the spawn farm. And so I forget which one it does, but it's a fairly safe prospect, provided you don't get into trouble. And we're just exploring the surface here, not going underground or anything. The snapshot. We're in the snapshot. I haven't liked snapshots because features change, but there are so many features that have been unloaded. Wow, a little confab. So many new features that are in the snapshots right now, including the new villager mechanics. Let's see what we got with this guy. Yeah, Fletcher. So we got the new villager types, new mechanics, new trading mechanics, which I really don't like. There's another Fletcher. We'll talk about them at another time. New enchanting mechanics, new underwater stuff, underwater temples, underwater mobs. Blacksmith shop. New banners, bunny rabbits. We have bunny rabbits, new stone types. All of this stuff is just like there's so much new stuff that I'm not getting. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. I wonder if this is a new feature in the snapshot too. The blacksmiths have more junk in here, because I haven't been to this village before, and I don't think, or have I? Wait. Apples, apples, pants, pants. One lilac bush. I may have been here before. Anyway, there's just so much content that's coming out in the snapshots. I just kind of had to go with it. And I felt like taking a walk too. I got back. Last episode I said I was going on vacation. And it's typically, you know, you go on vacation, you come back and find that everything's just fallen apart without you. Even though my game wasn't running for 2 weeks, obviously. What happened was, and I tested this out before I did it. You remember in the last episode, I put the lava flow around, check our progress. I put the lava flow around the mob grinder. And there was that stone outer shell, which should have prevented fire, but yeah, somehow the lava... Donkeys! We have donkeys. Somehow there must have been, like... more demonstrations here. So here's my wood. Come on. So let's say the wood here represents fire. And then... Actually, no, that's making it complicated. Let's say wood represents the wood of the mob grinder. And then I had the shell at some points, the stone shell was here. And then let's say this cobblestone is lava. Now I tested in a creative world, and this lava did not ignite this wood. But for some reason in the mob grinder, it did. So came home, what did I do that for? I came home and found that the mob grinder had more or less burned out completely. So I had to rebuild all of that, rebuilt it out of cobble. I took the lava out, and I don't think I'm going to put it back. For one thing, with the lava, you lose that cool play of light on the glass, which I showed you once. But, so, yeah, that's Minecraft. You try things, and you really don't know how it's going to be until you put it in a survival world. Chickens, water. I like wandering around plains, if for no other reason than because it's quick. Next time I get to a village, I might take some... Do I have wheat? I got a little bit of wheat. Get a little more wheat. I should have picked some up at that village. You can get a horse for this, but horses are terrible in this kind of forest. I really hate these forests. They're so hard to navigate, and they take forever. Can't ride horses. Wait. Yeah, I still got this going on. Yeah, so spent a couple days when I got home rebuilding the mob grinder from the inside out. And then I just wanted to get away from the homestead and go a-wandering with my knapsack on my back, as the song says. There's no knapsacks in the vanilla game. But I thought I may as well just bite the bullet and go with go snapshot. And then I can explore, and I'll find all the new stuff, new features. And there's a lot of neat stuff. And we're gonna... I've found, I think, the place where... Oh, another village. That one I've definitely been to. I found a place where I think I'm going to set up the next stage of our build, which is going to be a village. Yeah, I like village building. I like playing with the villagers, and so yeah, I found a village in a place I like. So I was on vacation for just shy of 2 weeks, and I had an extra... I think I had an extra day off at the beginning, and then another day off at the end. So I was off work for basically 2 weeks straight. Get back here. Librarian buys paper. Sells silk. Ooh, that's handy. Gotta keep you alive. I've got a few of the new villagers back at the homestead, but not a cleric or a librarian. Cleric buys rotten flesh. This is huge. This is a game changer. This will upset the entire Minecraft economy now that you can just sell off rotten flesh. It's in fairly big stacks, like 38 for 1 emerald, but still. And then he also buys gold for 10 ingots, which no one's going to do. I never noticed before, but the villagers have unibrows. So yeah, I was on vacation, went back east, had 2 family reunions. One with my dad's side, one with my mom's. The one on my dad's side is the one we do every year. And the reason, well, there's no real reason for it except that it's good family tradition. This year, like half the family wasn't there for various reasons. I am expecting, I think I've mentioned in the past, my two nieces, actually my cousin's kids, his sister is expecting her first child, a boy. So I'm going to have my first nephew in the fall. But, she's halfway pregnant at this point, so she didn't travel, and various people had jobs and kids and just, reasons one can't. Look at this extreme hills. This is beautiful. So that whole branch, the California branch of the family, wasn't there. They were much missed. I have one cousin who's in the, this is just an awesome, I love saying this out loud. I have one cousin who is in the Galapagos Islands. She's working with I don't know what company she works for, what group, but her job is she teaches environmental education and leadership for high school seniors, I want to say. And I'm not entirely clear, so I might be getting some of these details wrong. But basically, kids fly to Ecuador. She picks them up. They go to the Galapagos Islands, and she teaches environmental education and leadership skills. I think it's a 6-week course that she teaches. And then she takes them back to Ecuador and picks up a new crop of students. It's an extraordinary thing she's doing. And some of the work, they're doing actual conservation work. One of the projects that she was working on was building essentially turtle nurseries for the Galapagos Island tortoises, which has apparently been very successful. They've actually got eggs the tortoises are taking to the nurseries. And so that's going well. And, it was terrible that I didn't get to see her this year, but you can't really argue with what she's doing. So I came up with I coined the word prad, which is a combination of sad and proud. I'm very proud of her for what she's doing, but I'm sad that she couldn't be there. The same applies to another cousin, a couple of cousins actually, who we tend to recycle names in my family. And my cousin, see, I'm debating in my head whether to say my real name or not. We'll just say that there are a lot of people in my family named Gamer. Let's assume the conceit that that's my name. So one of the gamers is, he's a senior now, and he was going to orientation for prep school, which is essentially prep school for the Coast Guard. And his dad went with him to that orientation, so they couldn't be at the reunion either. So his mom didn't come. So again, perfectly legitimate reasons for not being there, and it's, what they're doing instead is quite important, but they were missed. And then there was one of the other cousins sprained her ankle or broke her foot or something. We weren't quite sure. And then a couple people starting new jobs, and it just, a lot of reasons why a lot of people couldn't be there. So it was a kind of a laid back affair. A lot of fun was had, nevertheless. And then the next weekend, that was my dad's family reunion. My mom doesn't have family reunions. For one thing, it's a much smaller family. She's one of 3 kids, but I'm not sure about this. I know her father had one sister who was my great aunt, who I do remember. Both of her parents died when I was quite young, so her aunt became kind of a surrogate grandmother to me and to various other cousins. But I think her mother might have been an only child. So there were more, there are distant, far-flung relatives who I've never met. Or maybe met once or twice, but never really got to know. But this year is the 100th anniversary of the house where my mother grew up. Her father, no. I can't remember. One of her parents grew up there. I think it was her dad? Or her mother. Oh, man. I'm completely blanking on this. Now I feel bad. No, it was her mother. Grew up there. And my mother's younger brother lives there now with his 2 sons. So my uncle organized a family reunion for, in celebration of the house. So there were a lot of cousins there who I'd never met or only met once. When you're running around like this, you got to be careful. When you're running around without the HUD up, you got to be careful of your food. One of the great changes to the game, which my keyboard hand is falling asleep, which is why I'm standing still. One of the great changes to the game was when they changed it so that if you have even like a partial block of water like this here, if you land in that, you will take no fall damage. So a lot of cliff jumping evolved out of that. Except now I'm down at the bottom of this chasm. So yeah, we had the party at the house and had dinner afterwards with my uncle and his 2 boys. I had not seen them. I'd seen the younger one 2 years ago. He would have been 15, 16 at the time. He's 18 now. I hadn't seen his older brother in maybe 5 years. He's 20, and he's an Eagle Scout with the, okay, I gotta, ooh, perfect. Yeah, the older cousin is an Eagle Scout, and he's also why did I do that? He's a scout at a counselor at a scout camp during the summer. And I only go back east during the summer, so I haven't seen him in forever. Yeah, I hadn't seen him in a long time, and, he grew up when I wasn't looking. He's got a girlfriend now, lovely girl. I got to meet her. But, yeah, the funniest thing that happened was the moment I kind of realized, when there's a gap in seeing someone from them as a child to them as an adult, there's a moment where you kind of think to yourself, like, okay, it's easy to like kids. And he was a great kid. He was always really smart. But, I haven't seen him since he was 15, and now I'm like, okay, who is this guy? He's an adult. He's grown up, and I didn't really know, like, who he was. And his dad, my uncle, had made, because there were so many people at this family reunion who'd never actually met, and it was celebrating the house, he made these "Hello, my name is" stickers that had your name and then your relation to the house. So mine said, "Hello, my name is Gamer." My mom grew up here. And so you can know people. And then, of course, he made one for his son, said, "Hello, my name is Cousin. I live here. My dad grew up here." And so he was wearing that name tag, but he was also wearing a shirt. If you've ever seen The Princess Bride, it was a very good movie. I highly recommend it. I haven't seen it in a while myself. But there's a character in it named Inigo Montoya, played by Mandy Patinkin. I think that's how it's pronounced. Very good actor. And this character is seeking revenge for the murder of his father. And he's constantly saying, he's decided what he's going to say to the man who murdered his father, which is, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." And there's a t-shirt that has a "Hello, my name is" sticker with "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." Printed on the t-shirt. And that's the t-shirt that my cousin was wearing with his own, "Hello, my name is" sticker that his dad had made for him. And I saw that, and I instantly thought, okay, yeah, he turned out cool. We went out to, like I said, my parents and I and my uncle and the two boys and the older cousin's girlfriend all went out to dinner, and we got to talk more then. It was all around a lot of fun. Look at that tree. Look at that tree sitting right up there. So I'm going to... I don't know how long this episode is. I forgot to set a timer, but I'm probably closing in on 30 minutes. That happens when I just talk. But there's this area that I want to show you where I'm going to start doing more work. So I'm going to find that. And then we'll get back. Haven't found the spot I was looking for, but bunnies! Oh, look at them. Aren't they adorable? Takes carrots to catch bunnies, as one would expect. I'll get a hold of some later on. There are bunnies near the spot we're looking for. I just wanted to pop in and show you bunnies. So, back in a minute. So, if my sense of drama is all it's cracked up to be, I should come up over this ridge, and yeah, there is where we're heading. That's our village. Or that's the start of our village. I may start building in here. I like this hollow. Or I may do something else with it. But there's this little spike of extreme hills. Where we are here is, you can see we're heading into plains. There are bunny rabbits here. And then behind us, obviously, is extreme hills back there from whence we came. A lot of flowers. A lot of sheep around, so... Zombie, to be heard. But here we are. Big cliffs over there. Cliffs over there. The village itself is not hugely impressive. No blacksmith. The terrain is very uneven. But let's head up. I mean, look at this gorgeous scenery. Like, flat plains, and I can flatten them out even further, and then just bam, man. Big mountains, like California, except for the grass. Let's hop up onto, there's this little pinnacle, but I mean, man, right up there, look at that. Hang on, let's get us a screenshot. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, man, yeah. There's that little overhang, like sort of up where my eyes are. Screenshot. There's that little rock hang, man. That's beautiful. With this big, wide rock face right here. I totally carve a skull into that bad boy. But we'll head up this way for a nice view. I have decided after working with the working on the mob grinder, I want to avoid building above cloud layer, because it's a serious pain when you have clouds passing around and you're stuck in one and can't see. I almost died a couple of times fixing the mob grinder. Next week we'll talk about the mob grinder. Maybe next week, next episode. But bam, here we are. Look, you know, a little village just sitting out there on the plains, something like that. We have this area here, totally convert to sand and do a reed farm. Some stuff down there in the hollow. But, I mean, this spiky promontory, is this not the perfect spot in which to build, like, a tower or a supervillain lair? I mean, this is straight up supervillain terrain there. There's stuff off in the distance. Trees. One more thing, up in the north, there's ocean. You can see up along the north and to the northwest. There's an underwater temple, so we'll check that out maybe next time too. I may not get back home next time. I think we will go into the Nether and at least see what the Nether brings from here. When I was here before, there was a that's obsidian. That was a lava, still lava pool, which I watered and then thought, no, I should keep exploring. But yeah, this is the place. Look at this, and there's new draw distance options. It's not super secret. Video settings here. Render distance goes up to 32 chunks. That might not be perfect though, and in fact, I think it might. There's some speculation that it might be world breaking, so I may do a backup and experiment with that first before we do it. So that won't be live on screen. But that'll do it for today. This is not necessarily our new home. Might not get started on this right away, but boom. That's the village where I had the bed, by the way. I claimed one of these little huts as my own. And in the dawn... Actually, I should have just left that where it was. Look at the zombies. Actually, they're probably... Ooh! Ow. Zombie in gold. Heading for the villagers. So, onward into battle I go. And I will see you next time. Whoa! I've had enough of your kind. You! Get away from my new friends. Jerk.